guys. Peace and blessings. Welcome to my live real talk with your girl, Lady D. Hope you guys can hear me real good. I'm not going to go ahead and camera up because yesterday looked like I was in the Matrix. I don't know why, but it is what it is, guys. Especially when you know how you start speaking the truth. Because the video that I had made yesterday, I see that YouTube went ahead and limited, which I didn't curse. I didn't say, anything wrong. Like I said, they have to get used to us, because like I said, this right here, we're not going to go ahead and continue sweeping this under the rug. It is what it is. And like I said, when it comes to this age, we are now in the age of information where all the information is out. Let me see if I can hear myself, guys. Make sure that everything is clear before I continue. So, guys, welcome, welcome. Making sure that my mic is on and everything because I don't want to continue repeating myself. So, let me make sure that everything is clear. For some reason, I don't hear myself. So, guys, if you when you're coming in, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, please, because for some reason, well, I guess I can hear it. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead into my commentary again. Welcome, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Happy blessed Sunday, guys. As you can see by the title right there, I wanted to I put in the beginning. So we're gonna see if we can, like I said, when it comes to our history goes way, way deep, and it's all depends how far that we are willing to go ahead and dig into it. But before I continue with my commentary, guys, I had saw Dr. Umar Johnson. He had posed something similar to what I am going to talk about, where he had said it's not about race. And that's exactly, I don't know what happened to my notes for some reason. I was trying to do a presentation, but for some reason I couldn't upload it. But let me see if I can go ahead and show you a little bit of Dr. Umar, where he had made a video where he said it is not about race. And that's exactly what I want to go ahead and talk about. It's like I said, in the beginning, it was not about race, it was about human beings. But when the Europeans, like I said, they had their hands in a lot of stuff, when they had put their hands on it, they made it about race, which I'm going to go ahead and talk about that as well. But let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up right here. I want to just show you just a little bit. I'm not going to play all of it of Dr. Umar Johnson. So let me go because he got commercials running through it. But let me see if I can pull this up. So again, guys, welcome, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and unbiased. If you're just coming in, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Guys, like I said there and say, when it comes to this channel right here, I don't know what you guys want. When I was doing all the other stuff, y'all was saying that I need to elevate my energy. And now that, I'm in my lane, talking about our people, it's still, like I say, you're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't. But like I said, it is what it is. But let me go ahead and put a little bit of this right here. I'm not going to play too much. Where Dr. Umar Johnson, I don't know if you guys familiar with him, King Kong Conscious. So let me go ahead and show you guys this right here. Hope you all can hear me real good. Ones that's coming on the live, welcome, welcome. Let me play this right quick. I want you guys to see this right here.
And somebody
Try to get it from the commercial.
It's I'm gonna block you because that's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my life. I just blocked PlayStation Platinum. I just blocked PlayStation Platinum. And the reason I just blocked PlayStation Platinum is I don't know if you're an idiot or you're just American or you're just ignorant about American history. Everything is about race. America was built on racism, maintained on racism, sustained in racism. I have no patience in the 21st century. I have no patience, absolutely none, in the 21st century for a Negro who wants to be sympathetic to the.
Okay, guys, let me go ahead and stop it right here. Where Dr. Umar, he was talking about everything is about race, which it is true today. Everything is about race. And especially when it comes to our people, it looked like that we are at the bottom of everything, of everything. But I want to go ahead, like I said, the rabbit hole goes very, very deep. And when it comes to all this information, especially when it comes to our people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. The information is out there, guys. It's no more excuses. Like I said, everything is at a push of a button. And now you're seeing that a lot of people are out there. They are on board. This younger generation is out on board where I've been hearing people, you know, they all, they talking the same talk. Because, like I said, this is nothing new. This right here is nothing new at all. And when Dr. Umar, he was saying that everything is about race today, it's all about race now. But if you go back into the beginning, how it originated, everything had originated out of Africa. And I don't understand why YouTube or all these other people out there, trying to censor you and trying to, shut this information down. But like I said, no more. Our people have had enough. In the beginning, and I had my presentation for some reason. It, I went ahead and I don't know what had happened, but in the beginning, everything, like I said, everything was set in place. It was all about human beings. We all was on one accord. And I had the presentation, everything that was set together to let you know that in the beginning, everything was one landmass. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Pangea, where it was just like the whole planet was together. And now, because of the drifting, because of the tectonic plates, everything has started drifting. And when it started drifting, quite obvious, it had people, animals, all of them was drifting as well. It was just like one big old huge jigsaw puzzle. Now I had everything set in place, but like I said, ain't nobody mad but the devil. But as you can see right here by this thumbnail, I was trying not to make it so loud because, like I said, even though, this might be our platform, but we don't own this. This is not our house, okay? Until we start building our house, we can talk the way that we want to talk. But he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. Because, like I said, this right here is nothing new. Nothing is under the sun. It's only new to those that refuse to sit there and start doing their proper research. But as you can see right here, you're gonna see I have the black the black African you see right there. And also way in the back, you're gonna see it was like a Albana, and you also see a Native America. But everything had started way back in Africa. And like I said, the rabbit hole goes very, very deep because most of this stuff, like I said, it started through mutation. And all that information is out there. And some of it started, when we was migrating because of the tectonic plates, drifting. And most of it started because of slavery. But like I said, in the beginning, it was not about race. It was about human beings. But when the Europeans had got their hands on it, what they did was they made everything about race, where they divide and conquer. And that's how, because I was asking, I was just, because like I said there and say, most of the stuff, I just go into prayer and I just ask God to go ahead and reveal it to me. And before you know it, people are talking about it. The information is there. All this stuff right here, most of what you see right now, it happened because of man's hands. Man have done a lot. They have done a lot to our history. Why you think that every time when we start talking about our history and where we came from, they quick to go ahead and shut us down because they don't want that information to come out. But like I said, ready or not, it is coming out. This is something right here that you cannot hide. So let me go ahead and play a little more of Dr. Umar Johnson, and then we're going to continue with it because I had all my stuff intact, and for some reason, I lost it all. Okay, so it is what it is.
The very system that exterminates its people. I have no patience in the 21st century. I have no patience in the 21st century. Slavery began in the 15th century. The 15th century. We are now in the 21st century. 600 years after the start of slavery, and you got ninjas running around defending white people by trying to distract from the reality that everything in America is about race. Everything in the world is about race.
So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. But I just wanted you to just hear just a little bit of that right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this back up. But like I say, this not to try to. I know this is a touchy situation, and you have to be careful of how you put this information out there. But like I said, nothing is new under the sun. All we have to do is just continue searching because all that stuff is out there. So I was asking questions. I was saying that if everything had originated out of Africa, according to all the information that's out there, which, they still saying that they still researching, which I don't understand, why, it's so hard to even find that information. You have all the technology to, you know, go up in space and making all these robots and all these latest gadgets and all this stuff that's going on. But when it comes to the human, our race are coming to, who we are and all the stuff that's out there that we want to know, it's like, you it's like they lost for words, but it's not really that they lost for words. Maybe they don't want to tell you what they have discovered because like I said, read or not, the information is all out there. All you have to do is trace the DNA and trace the bones. And I know that especially when it comes to our people don't want to hear nothing like that. Our people don't want to hear nothing like this. Sometimes when I start coming on and talking about stuff like this, I feel just like Jonah. Jonah in the Bible. And even though, some of that stuff is metaphor, but sometimes I feel like Jonah when the Most High God had told Jonah, according to what you saw in the scriptures, to go to Nineveh. He didn't want to go to Nineveh. He wanted to go to Tarshish. And now I understand what it meant when he didn't want to go to Tarshish because we was taught that he felt that these people was not you know they was not worthy to receive God's grace. But now I see now because of what we going through that sometimes, especially when you see our people, they rather sit there and go out there and listen to all the stuff that the world got to offer. When we start, trying to wake our people up and educate our people, then they don't want to hear it. And saying, you know, am I, laboring in vain? All this stuff right here, is it in vain? So I kind of understand what that scripture was talking about when it was talking about Jonah. He did not want it to go to the people that really need because they were some stiff-necked people. And like I said, and I'm going to continue saying it, when it comes to our people are like some stiff necked people. Our people don't want to hear stuff like this. It's so sad that, all the information is out there. And the thing about it is that when it's too late, then they're going to start saying, oh, I would, I could have, should have. But all the information is out there. The information is out there. But the thing about it is that, like I said, when it comes to some of the scriptures that's in the Bible, we all through the Bible, is that we have gotten so complacent, so content of what we, where we are. We think that where we are right now, that is good. Not knowing all it's doing is just sucking you up alive. But see how people don't see that. It's just like with the children of Israel, like when they was going into the wilderness, our ancestors, our forefathers, going into the wilderness. It was supposed to be like a 14-day journey, but it took them 40 years. And look how we are still stuck in here. Like I said, nothing is new under the sun. All that information is out there because it's not about race. Race is like with animals, like, how you divide animals up. With us, it was all about human beings. We were all one accord. We was all one. It should have never been like that. If anything, when our people migrated, they migrated not into different races, because like I was saying, it doesn't make no sense. Soon in a minute, you come from out of your house or come from out of your country, then you another race. If you say everything originated out of Africa, that does not make no sense. No, what happened was it was cultures. They developed different cultures. So let me go ahead and see, because like I said, I had all this information all planned out for you guys, and for some reason I just went ahead and lost it. But right here the question was, according to science, everything had originated out of Africa. So the question that everybody is asking then, how did the Native Americans, which, back then, they used to call them Indians, cowboys and Indians, how did the Native Indians end up in America? And like I said, guys, this is not no race baiting. Like I said, I'm talking to my people and I'm seeking truth. I am seeking truth. So the question again was, if everything had originated out of Africa, then how the Native Americans, end up, in America, if everything originated out of Africa. Make it make sense. So right here it says, and like I said, I went ahead and I went search for all this stuff right here. All this stuff, like I said, it was dealing with the migration, everything, with the Pangea, with the tectonic plates and all that. And it just didn't happen overnight. Right here, it says about 20,000 years ago, during the last, well, let me go ahead and this allowed every human to cross into America and gradually populated the continent over thousands of years. So like I said, man been here. We looking at like, during slavery, that's when our history began. No, we've been here thousands of years. The planet is over 4 billion years. So, like I said, all this stuff, it was a process. So, right here, it says around 20,000 years ago, during the last ice age, it is believed that a land bridge called, well, I'm not going to go into all this. Let me see right here, because I had everything written down, guys. But it says that the early migrate eventually diversified and formed the various Native American culture we know today. And also, it says right here, it said race is a social constructor that characterizes groups of people based on certain physical characteristics. It is important to understand that race is not determined by geographic location or migration. An individual race is generally considered as associated with their ancestral heritage and the physical trait by the inheritance. And also, right here it says migrations can lead to the mixing of different genetic backgrounds. And like I say, some of this stuff right here, it have a lot to do with, mutation, and climate change. It's just like, when, different climates, like when summer comes, especially when you're African American, some of us we get darker, and when winter change, we get lighter. So as they was migrating, you know, their skin began to change, but it was not about race in the beginning. It was about human race, not human. It was about human beings, and as they migrate, it was dealing with culture. So like I said, guys, when it comes to stuff like this, the rabbit hole goes very, very deep, and it all depends, how you are willing to go out there and search for that information. That's how I look at it. And like I say, when it comes to our people, like I said right here, we are now in the age of information, and ignorance is a choice. This right here, some of our people, they'll say, oh, we don't care, because some of us, we like it in here. We like sitting there being depressed. We like sitting there, you know, seeing how our people are being hunted down like sheep for the slaughter. We like not knowing the truth. And that's why, like I said, people can, work overtime on us until we say enough is enough. Just look at all the stuff that is going on, in Africa. So much stuff is going on. Well, now these people, they are kicking these people out. You see now that these people, they are waking up, and the whole world is coming on board, because now this younger generation are saying enough is enough. We're no longer that they going to allow all this stuff to happen, because now they know the truth. And what the truth do? The truth is going to go ahead and set you free. And it's not nothing new. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun until we come together in unity. Because, like I said, divided we fall. But when we come together on one accord. This is not a one man show. You got so many jokers out there are trying to exalt themselves. No, we have to come together. And they know when we come together, we are a force to be reckoned with. And that's why they try to go ahead and keep us divided. But like I said, guys, this is it, red or not, red or not. But it was not in the beginning. It was not about race. We were all human beings. We were all on one accord. But as we start migrating, we start splitting up, and then after that, I guess, then all the other stuff came in, all the colonization, how people wanted to be superior over one another. And you know how the story ends. And that's what we going through today. We are going through all that right now. As you see, we are going through all that today. But like I said, the sheets are being ripped. They are being exposed now. Where no longer this generation is going to allow all this stuff to happen. But like I said, guys, this is it. And I know that, like I said, our people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Our people, we like our ears to be tickled. But like I said, red or not, this is it right here. Can't get no worse than this. And this is how all this stuff right here has started. All this stuff started because of one thought that they were superior over one another. And that's how most of all the stuff had happened. But, it's up to us, how we going to take in all that information that is out there, because the information is out there. And the only reason why we don't know, because we don't care to start, searching for the truth. But like I said, when it comes to all the stuff that's happening in Africa, like I said, these younger generation, they're not going to sit down and continue to let these people rock them to sleep, where now they are raising up. And that's good. It's good that, because how can you come into someone's home, like I said before, and people show their kindness and you try to take it all, so you have no, so if if now they are kicking you out, it's because of your greed, where you didn't want it to share. And the thing about it is that they share with you. You are in their house. So if they are sharing with you, why would you want to take it all? Why would you want to leave that continent desolate? But like I said, nothing is new in the sun. All this right here, what you see, guys, all this right here is Bible prophecies. All this stuff is Bible prophecies. And you can find it all through the scriptures. All through the scripture. Like I say, nothing is new in the sun. The Bible that you read, you looking at it like, oh, that's outdated. That's history. No, that's Bible prophecies. All you have to do now is know how to rightfully divide the word of truth. And once you start rightfully dividing, then you're gonna realize that, hey, all they doing is talking about me. But this generation, guys, this generation right here, as you can see, this generation had had enough, guys, where they are sick of tired of being sick and tired. Let me see if I can go ahead and play you guys a little more, because, man, I was so disappointed. Yesterday, I sat on this live by about a whole hour, and just to sit there and see that you, YouTube went ahead and gave me limited ads. At first they monetized, then they didn't. I don't know why. Because like I said, it's not like I was cursing on there. Like I said, all this information is out there. It's not like, hey, I'm just a messenger. It's not like I'm just making up all this stuff. No, I'm not making up all this stuff. I also want to let y'all hear this right here, and I might be butchering her name, Dr. Arika Kana. I want y'all to hear this right here, because I was listening to this right here the other day. So let me see if I can let you guys hear this right here. See if I can pull this up. I mean, this right here, this is a queen right here. She should be president of parts of Africa. Let me see if I can pull this up so you can see. Let me see. I want you guys to hear this right here. This is Dr. Arika Kana, hold on, the religion used to conquer Africa, the exploitation of Africa. And let me sue this channel by Make African. So let me let you hear this right here, right quick. Just play just a little bit. So, guys, again, happy blessed Sunday. I hope you guys had a beautiful day today.
World Trade, the World Trade Organization, again, its sheer survival is based on exploitation of the African continent. Africa is supposed to provide raw material to the Western world to perpetuity. Without Africa, European nations would not survive.
So let me go ahead and stop right here. I know you guys heard exactly what she's saying. She said that Africa supposed to supply, material, to other countries. Like I had said, I've been saying this from day one. When it comes to Africa, Africa is the lifeline to everything exists. So Africa pretty much is the Holy Land. They would tell you all this other stuff, but all this stuff is just to deflect from the truth. They'll tell you just like our own former president used to tell us that Africa was a s-hole and don't go to Africa. Africa is poverty. These people would tell you that, but yet they cannot stay out of it. Do you think that they want you to know that Africa is like a treasure hunter's dream? When these people they go to Africa, trust me, these people they really become billionaires. These people really prosper off of Africa, but they're going to tell you all this stuff. And the reason why, because they don't want you to connect to it. So quite obvious, they're going to tell you that Africa is a s-hole, Africa is poverty, but yet they are there. But now, like I said, Africa is waking up where they telling these people, look, you got to go.
So it is they put together policies that allow them to make it very difficult for Africans to add value to our raw materials.
And that's the part that I don't understand. How can you set policies? How can you set rules in somebody else's house? Now, you know good and well, Africa could not go to France and tell France how to run their country. But yet they coming into Africa and want to tell Africa how to run their country. Make it make sense. I just don't understand it. And like I said, nowhere in the world that these people can come in unless the enemy or somebody under the table is let them in. The devil cannot come into your house and tie you down and take your goods unless you let him in. So, like I said, with all this stuff right here, it had to been people right inside that sat there was working under the table, taking things under the table. And I'm just saying allegedly, but you know how it is. People will sell their own mama and throw them under the bus. Like I say, that's a lot but like I say, the truth is slowly but surely coming home. The chickens are coming home to roost, as you can see right here. So let me play a little more. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and leave this video up because I really don't like to play other people's stuff. But I also got my copyright up and all that, okay? So this right here is in fair use.
Have you ever wondered why is it that you go to a lot of hotels and restaurants, you're going to be drinking Swiss coffee, and yet there's cocoa plantation in Switzerland?
Yeah, and I made a video of that. I had even though I had went ahead and I had took that video down because I had like deleted almost 500 videos, and like I said, my channel was booming. As long as I was sitting there at the time gossiping, talking about what they wanted to talk about, yeah, things was going good. But I remember when I had made a video about Africa and the cocoa beans, how they had these people that was living in huts. Some of them didn't even had a roof over their head, and they was working for pennies on a dollar in those cocoa fields. And these people wasn't paying them nothing. And I did a research. I say if all these big companies like Hershey and all these chocolate factories that you see that we eating all the candy, Snickers and all this other stuff, how they was living in sky rising apartments and billion dollar homes, and those corporation was very prosperous, but yet where they was getting the cocoa beans from, these people didn't even had nowhere to lay their head. Now if you don't tell me this is Bible prophecies, then what it is, just like Jesus said even the foxes have somewhere to lay their head, but the Son of Man does not have nowhere to lay his head. So you cannot tell me when it comes to Africa that Africa is not the lifeline to everything that exists. Africa is the bread basket. Everybody eats off of Africa, but nobody wants to return. Nobody wants to come back and say thank you. Come on, guys, wake up. If you don't see this, then something wrong with you. Something is wrong with you if you don't see this. Let me go ahead and play a little more.
There's a single tea plantation in Switzerland. Why is the World Trade Organization giving a blind eye to such abuses? And this time they did it even better. They put one of our own on there. What's your problem? Problem solved. One of you is over there. She's not going to make a bit of a difference because those policies were put in place a long time ago.
And I just pray that Africa will cover this sister because she's been speaking out, and I mean, she's waking she's waking a lot of people up because she's sick and tired of being sick and tired. Where she even saying enough is enough, and it's what you see right now. You seen that this is the Joshua generation. They are waking. They are waking up now. They are waking up, and they are realizing what's going on. Look, I'm living like this. You have lights. You have water, clean water, but yet we got dirty water. We don't have lights. But yet they getting all of our resources. So now they realize and say, it's time for these people to go. I even saw something on Twitter where they telling them to leave and they don't want to leave. Just imagine, guys. Imagine you got someone that's squatting in your home, don't want to leave, but still want to treat you like it's their home. And the thing about it is that this is the 21st century. We're not talking about something that had happened way back then. Our people are very advanced. Our people are educated. Our people are billionaires, trillionaires. And we still sitting there just watching and talking and seeing how these people are working overtime on your people. But yet we could sit there and still go out there and entertain this world and turn the blind eye. Make it make sense, guys. Let me play a little more because when I saw this video, I sat there and said, I can't believe this. We got all these other countries that's going into Africa. Right there, guys, that's a wake-up call. That should be a wake-up call. But like I said, our people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Our people don't want to hear the truth, but like I said, you got to tell it to them anyway. Do you think that they weren't about me sitting there saying this stuff? No. No, because our people have been colonized. Our people have just forgot all about their first love, where they so far from the truth, as you can see, where they call good evil and evil good.
With a clean agenda to make sure that we are forever providing them raw materials and creating jobs for them. It's only recently that Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, the largest producers of cocoa in the world, 6% of the cocoa comes from West Africa.
And I hope you guys go in. I hope you guys go and Google those videos. Go and Google those videos. I see it. I mean, all the time watching those African village, those videos. How someone be living in the villages. I mean, these people work really hard. These people work from sun up to sundown for pennies. For pennies. And these people coming into their country, and the penny that they have, they even want to happen up that, make it make sense. All this right here, guys, like I say, all this right here, what you see is greed. It's greed. But it's going to be a time that we're going to have to pay for all this stuff that we are doing, because the Bible says, whatever you have done to the least of my children, you have done it to me. Nothing is new under the sun. All what you see right now, all this right here is Bible prophecy. This stuff got to come to pass. What you see right now, the Most High God, what he's doing is he's shining a light on all this. Why you think these people trying to shut you up? Why you think that these people trying to keep you to sleep? These people don't want you to know this. And the time when you start waking up your people, then they want to shut you down. They want to cancel you. But yet you seen our people out there sitting there doing all this stuff, all this foolish stuff, but yet they get a pass. We call that entertaining. But like I said, it's only a distraction. They wants to see us out there acting a fool because their job is, like I said, is to prove us as guilty before the Most High God. But we already know what time it is. Like I said, not everybody gonna be able to cross over. Not everybody, just because we might have the same color, but that does skin color, but that does not mean that we all kin folks. What is say every uh color, every race, that does not mean that they kin folks. We got a lot of people, a lot of traders, a lot of sellouts. And we can't keep sitting there saying, oh, it's them. Like I said, judgment starts with us in the house. We have to sweep behind our own house before we try to go ahead and sweep behind somebody else. And that's real talk, guys. That's real talk. So let me go ahead and play a little more. Because like I said, guys, I know even with this channel right here, they trying to shut me down. They've been trying to attack, even attack my channel last year. Do you think people wants to hear this? First, when you start sitting there and doing other stuff in the entertainment, oh, you should be elevating your energy. And soon in a minute you start talking what they asking you to talk, then they still don't want to hear it. Like I said, people, I just don't understand, especially when it comes out people. But let me go ahead and continue because, like I said, if you keep your eyes on people, trust me, you're gonna sink.
They only started producing chocolates not even 5 years ago. Because why? If they tried to add value to their cocoa, the tariffs that were put on the value-added products were so high that it wasn't even worth pursuing it. So the World Trade Organization is another issue of the root. That until
Now that does not make no sense. Now that Africa's decided to go ahead and start selling their own stuff, they didn't even really want to buy that. But yet, if Africa sell it to them for pennies on a dollar, then they going to buy it. That's just like with France, with that president, Macron, whatever his name, how he was getting these people uranium for like maybe 80 cents or whatever. But these people, they boost it up. They boost it up and say, if you want it, then you're going to have to pay this price. We're going to triple it 200 times, which they should have been did that. How can you control somebody else's country? That's why I say, guys, we are the chosen ones. We are the ones that been scattered abroad, been on the cross, or as they say. We was the ones that been through hell and back and still going through. So apology is not enough. How can you say, I apologize, the Pope apologizes for all the stuff that they have done, but yet you still sitting on the throne. You still got these people artifacts. You still sitting there, got all these people gold and minerals and still doing it. You still cannot stay out of it, but yet you apologize? How can I apologize and still go and do the same thing? Like I say, when it comes to cheek and tongue would say anything. The mouth would say anything, but it's out of the heart of the man that speaks.
Dismantle the World Trade Organization and their policies, until we dismantle the geopolitical systems, until we dismantle the world financial systems, the Bretton Woods institutions, our abilities to move forward are forever going to be hindered. The average African country, in some cases 60% of their GDP on loan repayment. How on earth can a country survive? And they turn around and look at you. I equate you. You're taking my lunch every day. And at the end of the day, you look at me and say, why are you so thin? I equate you. You come to my house and you burn my house down And then you turn around and say, why are you homeless?
Mm.
The abuse is so blatant. It's boggling to think that in 2023, those abuses are still being systematically meted to us.
That's it, guys. I just wanted y'all to hear just a little bit of that. But that's that, make it make sense. You're gonna go into their house and you'll tell them why they so thin. Why do these Africans look like, they haven't eaten? But yet you taking the little food out of their mouth and you're not giving nothing in return. Just like you said, you go in the house, you burning up the house, and you ask, why is these people homeless? But yet you don't realize that you are the ones that's doing that. You're the one that putting the fuel. You are the one that put your foot on these people's neck. Like I said, make it make sense, guys. This does not make sense at all. And like I said, when it comes to our people, like I said, they don't want to hear it, but you got to tell it to them anyway. That's just how the Most High God, he told Ezekiel. He said, Ezekiel, these are some stiff necked people, but tell it to them anyway. Don't be concerned about their faces. Don't even worry about their faces because they are some stiff necked people. But you go and tell them, and once you tell them, the blood is off of your hands. And that's what we have to do. Don't even worry about their faces. Don't even worry about what they're going to say. Because as you can see, everybody is out for themselves. But how can you go into somebody else's house and try to take resident of somebody else's house? And the thing about it is that it's happening right now, and we are sitting there and we are watching. Well, woe unto you. You're going to be just accountable for it. Because all the stuff that you see that's happening right now, believe it or not, you're going to have to answer to it. You're going to have to answer to it because as you can see right there, the enemy, the devil's, he's not going to let up. He's doing his job. His job is to kill, steal, and destroy. So he's on his job. But what did you do? What did you do to stop it? Did you turn the other cheek? Did you take your head and you put your head into the sand? But you're going to be accountable for it. Because whatever happened to the least of my brother, you have done it unto me. So, like I say, guys, this right here, this is real talk. But like I said, when it comes to the beginning, yes, everything in the beginning was about human race, one race, and it's going to be again. We're going to come together on one accord. But first, we have to shake off these grave clothes. We have to come out of it because that great day, trust me, that great day is going to come together where we all going to be together on one accord, like mine, just like it was in the beginning. And the Egyptians that you see today, trust me, you won't see them again. You won't see them again. And like I said, with this right here, guys, this is real talk. I can't compromise. I can't sugarcoat it. I have to tell it like it is. He that have an ear, let him hear. But it can't get no real than this right here, guys. Because as you can see, they made it about race. Race was for animals, not for human beings. Because we was God and goddess. God and goddess. We wasn't animals. And by we sat there and we migrated and through slavery and all this other stuff, we lost our culture, we lost our religion, we lost it all. And they took advantage of all that stuff. But like I said, this is it. Enough is enough. It cannot get no worse than this, what you see right here. But we're going to be accountable for all this stuff that is going on. That's why we have to renew our mind. We have to change our thinking mindset. And everything starts with the mind. Because if they know that they got your mind, then they know that they got you. They can take your arm, they can take your legs, you still function. Look Job, how Job lost everything. But one thing that the devil could not attack was his mind. And that's exactly what they do to us. All this, what you see right now, is nothing but a mind game. All this is a mind game. They know if they can get your mind, brainwash you. That's why they put all that in your way. All that was a process of brainwashing you. All the stuff that you see, the latest gadgets, all that uh, stuff you see on TV, that's to brainwash you. They will pick a few of our people, our knucklehead people, give them a little fruit, a few crumbs, and before you know it, it got you all messed up because our people are copycats. We copycats. When we see one person do something, we want to do it as well. And they know we copycats because we are silly sheep. And when you have no shepherd, then the sheep gonna stray. As you can see right now, the sheep today they have no shepherd. So that's why they able to wallow out. But woe unto you, you going to be accountable for that because this is it. And it can't get no clearer than this right here. This is it. So you cannot say, "Oh, I'm minding my business." You're gonna be accountable for that. You're going to have to answer for that. Because sometimes things happen not for that person, but for you. How you going to react? How you going to handle that situation? So, like I said, all this stuff right here, all this what you see right now, all this is just a cheap trick. Everything is dealing with the mind. Until you sit there, you guard your mind, and you say enough is enough. You wake up. But this Joshua generation right here, as you can see, this Joshua generation is waking up. This younger generation, it got to take the younger generation. That's just like in the beginning, in the Bible. Our ancestors, our forefathers. It wasn't the old ones that crossed over. Only two old ones that crossed over. And that was Joshua and Caleb. And I'm just using these English names. But the younger generation, I'm talking about prophecies today. This is happening today. All they saw was a shadow of what's to come. But I'm talking about right now, it's going to be this younger generation that's going to be crossing over. The older generation is dying out in the wilderness, as you can see right now. The only two that was able to cross over, that was Joshua and Caleb. Moses was only to peep and he saw the vision. He was not even able to enter in. It's going to be a lot of people right now is just going to just see just a small little vision of it. And they're not going to be able to cross over because their hands are dripping. Our people have sold out. But this Joshua generation, they're not going to take no bribes. They are not going to compromise. They're not going to give in. They see right now that the kingdom suffer violence and they going to take it by force. And that's real talk, guys. Like I said, I am talking to my people. This is not for everybody. My channel is not for everybody. It's only for those that sit there sick and tired of being sick and tired. These right here that's ready to, they're ready to to move forward. It's time for us to move forward. It's time for us to start marching. Like I sit there and say, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to hear what's in the Bible." Like I say, we have to know exactly how to rightfully divide the word of truth. Yes, the Bible has been revised. We have to know how to rightfully divide it, guys, because I'm not talking about something that's in the book. I'm talking about what's in our heart. The word of God is in our heart, just like he told Ezekiel. He said, Ezekiel, he didn't tell Ezekiel to read those scriptures. He didn't tell Ezekiel to read the book. He said, eat it. And what did Ezekiel said? It was sweet as honey. And all we have to do right now is open up our mouth. We are right now, guys, we right now at the end. This right here is the last trumpet sound, guys. It can't get no clearer than this. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. And there's a lot of people right now, they speaking this right here. They speaking the word, they see it. But what they are doing is they exalting themselves. A lot of them, they see it. They hear this new song. But this is not a one man show, guys. We stronger when we are together. We are one when we come together. But divided, we fall. If this was a one man show, I promise you, he will forget about you. He wouldn't even let the sun shine on you if it was a one man show, because he would puff himself up. But when we come together, I promise you, we will bring Satan to his knees. His kingdom will fall, and the rightful person will be sitting on that throne. And that's real talk. They got us sitting there thinking that everything that we do, they demonize everything that we do. Everything that we do, they demonize it. But yet, they can't get enough of it. They can't get enough of it. But they'll tell you. But like I said, we are the lifeline to everything that exists. We don't have to go out there and sell our soul for a bowl of beans, because we are the lifeline. What if we shut everything down? What if we shut everybody out? We still exist. We still will exist, because we are gods and goddesses. We are the head and not the tail. We are Alpha and Omega. We are the beginning and we are the end. Without not, without us, nothing exists. And that's real talk. Can't get no clearer than this. I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead and let this video stay up because I was playing other stuff, and I don't want people to come after my channel because, like I sit there and say, they always tag my little channel, which I don't know why, because I barely have traffic on it. So I don't know why, but like I said, people don't want to hear the truth. And the thing about it is that most of that's doing it is our own people, because they like wilding in their mess. It's like a dog going back into their own vomit. We love it like this. But guys, like I say, this right here, this is it. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I might go ahead and keep it up, but I wanted to come on camera, but I did not want it to go into the matrix. So I wanted to make sure that you guys be able to hear me real clear. But like I said, I started out in the beginning, and when I say in the beginning, we were on one accord. In the beginning, it was about human beings. But like I said, when the Europeans came in and colonized everything, they took everything and they made one huge mess. One huge mess. But like I said, judgment is falling. So, guys, on that note, you all have a good night. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys later.